Hey there, and welcome to the Big Apple Skull podcast. My name is Sam.
And my name is Michael.
And today we're asking what's the crack about supernatural creatures. So we're going to find out what supernatural actually means by our definition, our expert opinion. What systems are connected with supernatural things, supernatural creatures, what are they, where are they, do we believe in them, is it nonsense? What about Nessie from Loch Ness? Is she real, he real? Cultures that include dragons. There's so many. Why? Could dragons be real? Ideas about mermaids, sea monsters, the tomb of the mummy. Yes, not the one that makes your dinner, but the one who lives underground in Egypt. What do you think of people who say they've seen aliens? Are they mad? We're going to find out about that. Bigfoot, Big Squatch, I was going to say. Bigfoot or Sasquatch, not both. Is he real or she? Maybe it's a woman. Yeah, maybe it's a woman, Bigfoot. Bigfootina?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a creature alive today that could be myth and legend in the future? And we'll talk about that and get your ideas, Michael, and maybe my ideas too. Yeah. Michael Duratola.
Yeah, it's me.
Your full first two first names.
Yep. So, you can call me any of them.
Yeah, so you can call him Dura,
yeah.
Yes? Duro. Sorry, Duro.
Yeah,
Duro.
Yeah,
or Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Or Mick.
Or Mick.
Microphone. Oh no, sorry, Michael. It's gonna be better.
Mictola, no?
Yeah.
We can't
I'd like to mix two of them. I've never heard that before. It sounds nice, yeah. Next time somebody asks me what's my nickname, I say Mictola.
Mictola.
Yeah.
What does supernatural mean?
Yeah, well, supernatural for me, I think it's something which our powers as humans cannot control. Our minds as human cannot contain.
Right.
And I think that what exactly supernatural means.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's, I'm going to go literal. I'm going to say, well, it's something more than natural. It's like super.
Yeah, super.
It's much more, it's much greater than natural. But I guess you could describe it as something not scientific. It doesn't follow the rules of science.
You're right about it.
And so I guess, something that can't be explained with science as well. Yeah. So so it's like Superman. It's like these weird creatures. Although we're not going to speak about Superman.
Yeah, I mean,
today, but yeah.
Sure.
So just to begin, as by way of introduction, what systems are supernatural things connected with?
I think they're more connected with like some spirits. Probably some. That's quite hard to say.
You mentioned voodoo in another podcast.
Sure.
Do you think voodoo has connection with supernatural?
Yeah, I think voodoo has connection with supernatural because some of the things voodoo could do are very unreal, and I think they can't be explained by science as well. So definitely it's connected with.
The most I know about voodoo is from James Bond. There's a James Bond film.
Voodoo,
watching TV.
I don't watch so much of films.
But you've got the voodoo doll and and creepy things happen.
I see. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
it's been in quite a few films actually.
Sure. I've seen that in the film too.
But it was really creepy in the James Bond film.
Yeah.
And often supernatural things are connected with Christianity.
Yeah.
And on the inverse of that, or the opposite of that, satanic worship.
Sure.
And there are strange things that happen. I had a guy in school who told me he knows the devil's real. And this guy wasn't a Christian guy.
Yeah.
And because he had dabbled a bit with, I don't know if it's
with a
Ouija board,
maybe
a Ouija board or something, or done something, that just experimentally.
Yeah, I get it.
And he ended up what he believed he saw the devil in his own home or stuff. So really creepy.
Yeah. From somebody very close to you.
Yeah. It was a good friend in school, and he was like, I believe in it.
Oh my goodness.
It's real, and he was definitely scared. So he had saw something, and it scared him so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think the mysteries and all that around us. Yeah. We might tend not to to believe them or whatever, because our minds are mostly scientifically updated or
we're used to
inclined.
things being a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And then and sometimes when things aren't a certain way, we realize it's just our imagination. But I mean, the people claim to have seen angels or been helped by angels.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of testimonies, people being healed or people being saved, in a supernatural way. I mean, drug addicts, or somebody, whatever, getting back their lives and all that.
Yeah.
So
something touched them.
God
touched them or healed them or whatever.
Exactly. I think it's not scientifically, because scientifically you need to go through rehabilitation. You take some pills, some injections, and all that.
It's very hard work.
And some of these guys did not go through this system. But they got back their life. They became really, really very good people. I mean, family inclined and doing some other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that, if you have a family, then you're really the best person. You get it, right? But I mean, it goes to show how much they are committed as a human, getting a family, having kids and all that.
It's a good sign.
I mean, so, you can imagine like going way down and coming back on track at the top. So I think it's
a good sign.
It could happen scientifically, but it's kind of mystery.
There are things out there that we can't explain.
Exactly.
I think
we need to accept that. We need to accept that.
Well, this is what we're going to talk about, and so what are some of the supernatural creatures that people speak about? I mean these. We're not saying these are necessarily real, but we're going to talk about them and give our opinion anyway.
Exactly. Hopefully you like it.
Dragons and fairies, witches, ghosts, angels, demons. Do you believe in any of those?
Yeah, if we talk exactly about belief, people always ask me about belief. Do you believe in voodoo? I would have loved not to use the word believe.
Okay.
Probably. Do you know voodoo exists? I'm going to say I know. But if you say I believe, it's like probably I follow or I do it. Sure.
Right.
So I do.
You're not a voodoo. Voodoo doctor.
Absolutely not.
Are they called witch doctors?
Witch doctors. Sure.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever seen a fairy, for example?
No, I've not seen fairies. Not even in my dreams.
I have visited Ireland. I mean, the Republic.
Sure.
And I live in Northern Ireland. And fairies are like part of the folklore there.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet seen one. But I'm not saying they don't exist, but
you need to
I haven't
searching.
seen one yet.
You need to keep searching. Definitely.
Maybe they're hiding under a mushroom.
You're right about it.
Do you believe in dragons?
I mean, again, you come with believe. I think they don't exist. Really. I don't know where people got it from.
The X-Files, Do you know have you ever watched the X-Files?
No, I don't think so.
It's an old TV show. I don't think it's on now. It was a TV show and then a couple of films.
Sure.
And there's Mulder and Scully, and Mulder always believed or wanted to believe, and the doctor, the lady Scully, never believed anything until she saw it. And he always started out believing it's probably true.
Exactly.
It's quite.
That's so funny. What do you call it again?
The X-Files.
The X-Files.
It was really popular.
I've heard something about that before, but I think I've not seen it.
And he was like, I want to believe. I think there's a poster, about aliens, and I want to believe. So I mean, for dragons, I think they're fairy tales, just like fairies. But I believe in angels. Definitely. Witches.
Witches. It's not like believe, but I think they do exist. Witches. Because according to my faith, I think witches are probably satanic accomplice.
And what faith are you of?
I'm a Christian.
Right.
Sure.
And me too.
Right.
Well, so I was told about witches, not taught, but told about witches by my English teacher.
Oh, I see.
When I was 14, 15. And he contested that there were witches in the area where we were living. and that they were doing not so good things, and that they had real power.
Yeah.
In fact, he told me that the high witch of, like the chief of the group or whatever, could point at a bird and it would fall out of the sky. Now, I hadn't any experience of it, but that's what he contested. I don't know how he knew that. He never said how, but he wasn't joking. He really did believe in it.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. You know, most of the times, just because of our probably culture, upbringing, our surrounding, our experience, our knowledge, our scope of, you know, whatever, it tends to make it like something irrelevant or funny.
We see witches, you know, in cartoons.
It's just so funny, but they do exist because most of all these guys, I mean, if I could call them guys, I think they're cool too. Most of all these guys use, you know, people's blood, or, you know, they do some really, really very freaky things. And of course, I think that it could give them power, you know? You can imagine using a human whatever to do whatever. Then you should have some kind of ability to do something, you know?
Creepy power from it.
Or you're at the cemetery at night trying to invoke some stuff. I think some spirits are gonna appear to you, and they're gonna, you know, you're gonna be part of them, and you could do something.
It's a bit scary.
It could happen. I mean, it should happen. It should be able to.
Okay.
So
not that I recommend it, or you recommend.
No. I'm just happy being a human.
Frankenstein's monster. Vampires, werewolves, mermaids, and goblins.
Vampires sounds kind of like cannibalistic, so...
Right, drinking blood. Well, do you believe in it? I guess Frankenstein monster, it's a pure fiction, right? Written by Mary Shelley.
But vampire sounds like... I think it sounds real.
Could there be people drinking blood?
I think for me it just seems like people drinking blood.
It's not like... It's not a monster.
It's not like a monster that could, you know, transform into whatever, but I think people...
I watched a program once where they were talking about real vampires, and I think it was energy vampires. People who claim that they steal people's energy. I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but you know the way some people will contest that we have an aura around us, like energy field.
You can feel it.
And these energy vampires, as they call themselves, you know, they call themselves vampires, claim to be able to steal someone's energy or take it.
I mean, I know in Nigeria, the cases where people use voodoo to steal somebody's fortune. Right. That's crazy. Can you believe that?
Do you think it works?
I think it works. But I mean, not just for everybody.
Right.
I don't know. I think, you know, like you can hear a lot of people who are skeptics about this topic saying, well, if you think about it, or if you, then it happens to you. I think when it comes to like stealing somebody's fortune or whatever, I think it boils down to how mentally strong you are and all that and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's complicated.
You could bite off more than you could chew as well.
It's complicated.
So are you a werewolf?
Werewolf is another one. Definitely. I think you might want to talk about that because
Well, I'll be honest. I used to be a werewolf.
I get it.
But I'm all right. No. No, I've honestly never been a werewolf though.
I only read that in my storybooks when I was a kid. You know. It's a joke. It's a good. I
think it's what they call a dad joke.
I
used to be a werewolf.
I mean, it was
but
really,
I'm alright. No.
I used to like it a lot. I used to like the picture a lot in my storybook when I was a kid. You know, the guy with the leg of a human and stuff. So it was really, you know, funny.
There's some. So I mean, some of these creatures are very entertaining, like scary.
Unicorn and stuff.
And in entertainment, in films, pretty much all that we've mentioned, they're there, and they're there quite regularly. Maybe not so much fairies, but they're there, and they're pretty popular, pretty entertaining for people. Have you ever had an experience with the supernatural?
I think I have. As a Christian, as we mentioned, I've had experiences. I've had I have testimonies and stuff. Yeah, I mean, not something I want to go into right now.
Yeah,
but I mean,
a faith in God.
Yeah,
that came supernaturally.
Yeah. But talking about something unexplainable. Once I woke up in the middle of the night. I was on the second floor, went to the veranda, and I looked ahead. And from a distance.
Is this in Russia?
No. It was in Nigeria. Yeah. It seems to me, because it's all a mystery, so it seems to me, or I might just say that, I saw some kind of creatures.
Right.
They were all in white. But the more I try to focus, to really try to get what it is, the more difficult it was for my head. I started feeling kind of like headache or being dizzy and stuff. This was right in the middle of the night. So the picture, these guys were like, for me, it seems they were going forward and going backward, going forward and going backward. They were far away from me. I wasn't scared. I wasn't terrified. I was just trying to, focus. To like when you use a lens in a photo and you're trying to really get a close shot. So that was what was happening.
And there were about 4 of them?
No, there were like a number of them.
More than that. More than 4. Wow.
So I was trying to get this close up, but my head hurts the more I tried to do that.
Right.
And what happened? Probably I got tired of doing that and then went back to sleep.
Wow.
Or they disappeared. I don't remember exactly what happened.
But you could go back to sleep. You weren't afraid or anything?
No, I'm not.
And what do you think they were?
That's a very, very difficult question. Really.
Do you think they were a good thing or a bad thing?
I think not. I think not good things. Because my head hurt the more I tried to. From the distance I was at, I think I could see them clearly, but my head hurt when I tried to do that. So I think they knew that somebody was trying to to see them.
Yeah. Wow.
That's... In the morning, I went to the same spot and. Honestly speaking, it looked like just a very ordinary place.
Was this down on the ground?
I mean, it was a street. It was a street. Somewhere to part of the street. So I went there the next morning. It was just shops to the right, shops to the left, and there was a asphalt road, and cars were moving everywhere, and there were trees as usual. Every other place.
Wow.
And I tried to see if it's gonna happen some other time, and
never.
Nope. There was
and why do you think it happened that time?
I think so that I could be on this podcast, have something to say.
For this podcast. Well, that's it's the deep meaning. Of existence.
I mean, I was really very sure of what I saw. I don't know if I really told people about it because it's not something you can really explain that much, but why not? We're podcasting right now, so
sure. I have never seen any like
unusual things,
ghosts or anything
mystery.
like that, but I know a woman who says that, and I believe her, that she saw like a ghost in her garden.
Oh my goodness!
In the back garden, and it I think I'm right in saying it had red eyes, but she didn't feel alarmed by it or that it was a dark thing, but drawn to it even, and almost wanted to kind of, I guess, invite it in. But she spoke to a family friend, and they decided to have someone pray over it and get rid of it, because even though it didn't seem to her harmful, like an evil thing, it could have been, and that's what they decided. So the pastor of a church decided. So they prayed, and it was never seen again after that. But I think this lady saw it a few times, like not just once. But anyone else in her house didn't see anything at all. So quite strange. Why does it appear to one person, not to others?
It's like choosing people to terrorize.
And was it a ghost or was it an evil like creature, supernatural,
or somebody, an alien from just fell from the
or
sky.
A demon or something like that? Who knows? Who knows?
Have you ever heard about domovoy in Russia?
I've heard of it, or sometimes if you translate to English, it's brownie.
Oh, really? Brownie?
It sounds like a bun or something sweet you would eat.
For me, you said brownie, it reminds me of bush baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
But a domovoi lives in a house.
Yeah, that's
and
the mystery.
it's attached to a house, and it's
Yeah.
like a ghost. Am I right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
definitely.
heard of it. Yeah. It creeps me out, the idea of it, to be honest.
I mean, you're being strangled at night and all that.
Right.
I think I had a scuffle one time with the Mavoy, probably.
You think you had?
Yeah. It was a restless night. I went to visit a friend, and I wasn't alone. We had a party and stuff like that. They have a parrot or two in the house.
Okay.
And really, I mean, from the first moment, I didn't really feel very comfortable in the house.
Yeah.
And the guy said there are a lot of cases of the Mavoy in the building. And that night we had scuffle with one of them. And
the group that you were with, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, with the Domovoy. Yeah. And I mean, I had scuffles with the Domovoy.
Like invisible thing?
Yeah. It was at night, so I was sleeping, and like at night it happens. Sometimes you have a dream and you're fighting your dream and stuff like that. So it was the same thing too. I was being strangled. It was more stronger than me. The only thing, I mean, I couldn't. I wanted to scream out, scream because I'm a Christian, so I wanted to scream out, calling the name of God and all that, but I lost my voice. I couldn't say anything. Right. So it continued to go on, but I was saying it silently in my mind. I was trying to, fight back. And at last, it left me, and my voice came up, and I woke up immediately. Yeah. Yeah. So
scary.
Was it a dream? Was it the Mummy?
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it to to our listeners to decide.
Scary anyway. It's scary.
I mean, it happened. I was gasping for breath and all that. Yeah.
A friend of mine claims that there was a girl in his house as a visitor. Yeah. And she got possessed by something evil. Yeah. And her head was spinning around, like supernatural, the whole way round.
Yeah, 360.
So I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, but he ended up having an exorcism.
Yeah.
And it was not. It doesn't sound like something I would have liked to see.
Sure.
But anyway, maybe on a light.
I would disappear.
Moving on, maybe a lighter note.
Yeah, sure.
Is Nessie real?
Yeah, I don't know.
Loch Ness monster.
You should know more about that. I'm from Nigeria.
So there's a lake. Lakes in Scotland and Ireland are called lochs.
Lochs, yeah.
And it's a slightly different spelling in Ireland to Scotland. But anyway, it's the same pronunciation, loch. Yeah. So Loch Ness is a lake. Yeah. And it's a pretty long, deep, and fairly wide lake as well, but it's much longer than it's wide.
I get it.
Now in Northern Ireland, there's a loch called Loch Ness, and some people kind of get mixed up and say, "Oh, is Nessie you there?" And I'm like, "Hang on, this is Northern Ireland. There's no Nessie there.
Definitely.
It's not nearly as deep, though. It is a pretty big loch."
I get it.
So, I mean, who knows? Because it's quite deep. But scientists have done a lot of research, particularly recently, and they've come to the conclusion that it's maybe just a group of eels. I don't know. I mean,
how could they be so?
There have been photographs, but not very clear photographs. Honestly, it's again, I want to believe. You know, it's something that it would sound great if there were some, and if it were real, I would say it's probably a dinosaur.
Yeah, definitely.
But I honestly think they've probably just seen something floating, maybe a piece of wood and stuff. And so, honestly, not to be too negative, I don't think Nessie's real.
For me too. I kind of think is, but somebody having a fun nearby.
Still nice to imagine.
I
don't think so.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get into this lake.
No, don't go swimming in it.
Yeah.
Why do so many cultures? I mean, China, Wales has a dragon on its flag. Why do so many cultures include dragons, do you think?
Yeah, probably because of the strength of the dragon.
But I mean, where did it come from?
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, names, flags, coat of arms, and everything, they try to portray power. Yeah. So because of the power of the dragon, you saw that in Games of Thrones. Yeah. I mean, the dragon is really very powerful.
We should never speak of that. The ending was terrible. Lots of disappointment.
No, we're not going to go into that. Yeah, sure, it's not about Games of Thrones today.
I honestly wonder if there used to be dragons. Because And maybe not the same as like Game of Thrones, they were huge, right?
Yeah.
But maybe much smaller, like the size of maybe a lion.
A lizard or something.
No, but like the size of a lion or a tiger. Because there are so many stories about and legends about dragons. I sort of wonder, where did it come from? Or maybe it was like a superhero. You know, like today we have superheroes.
Yeah.
And it's comics and it's an idea. Maybe it came from like a story.
Yeah.
And someone designed this creature and it's
it became
not real.
so attractive.
So either for me, it's so widespread.
Sure.
There must have been something tangible to start it off. So either it was someone imaginative and creative that created something, or it was a real creature at some stage.
Quite a lot of questions to research on. Probably I should start the research about this.
Right,
Really.
Google it when you get home.
No, Googling. Come on, I need to travel everywhere, especially China. I think China is mostly associated with dragon. So we need to move to China.
And Wales, but Wales too, and parts of England. I mean, there's St. George who killed a dragon. I was reading about, is it Northumberland, or it's the northeast of England anyway, and there are legends about worms, which is like a smaller dragon. And all kinds of stuff, like really.
Probably the idea of dragon,
makes you wonder.
probably the weapon, what is the weapon that you could, that makes fire?
Oh, a flamethrower.
A flamethrower, I think it came from a dragon, you know?
I guess. And isn't St. Peter killed a dragon? I mean, legend.
Allegedly,
it's a legend. I don't think it's true, but there's a depiction of him killing a dragon, isn't there?
Okay, well, that's another different.
It's a big.
But dragons, no, I don't know. I do respect all culture related with dragons and all that. I think it's pretty very nice and all that. But I kind of like think it's mythical for me.
Mermaids and sea monsters. Where did the idea of those come from?
Mermaids. I think there's some pretty. I'm really very interested in underwater world. But I found mermaids like half human, half fish. I think it's too much for me to be.
Maybe some pirates got tired of being alone with guys.
I think just like witches or whatever, some people are like underwater. But I think they're not half humans, half whatever. But they could do some. They could live underwater or do something
it was like
connected with water.
Some of those guys like today who can breathe underwater so much longer. Maybe it was something like that.
But half fish, half human. I find it very hard to take.
Hard to believe. If you got to the tomb of a mummy, would you go in and explore?
Nope. I'm not really very curious person.
Honestly
speaking, not only about mummies. In general, I'm not really very curious. It's not that I don't like to.
Do you think there's some dark magic still lingering?
Well, I mean, it's not because of that. Really, I'm not really very curious.
You're not that. You're not Indiana Jones.
I'm not really very curious. I try to gather mostly information that are good for my mind. To make me a better person. And I don't know how mummy could make me a better person to be more reasonable, more hardworking, and all that. So, and that is why for me it's not important.
I think I wouldn't go in because there could be traps and stuff. I mean, leave all that to the experts. And I would ruin the mummy, right?
Bacteria flying in there. It's
maybe, but like these traps from from Indiana Jones, like you don't want to step on something like that. So let's avoid mummies.
Definitely.
Let's keep it for the archaeologists.
Shankara is so old to come and save you. I guess nobody can save you.
What do you think of people who say they've seen aliens?
Oh well.
Do you think it's a real thing?
That is another thing. Yeah, sure.
One of my art teachers in school claimed that she saw a UFO. Not an alien, but a UFO.
A UFO,
And it was like following her car or something at night.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know. Do you think it's a real thing?
Nope. Really. I don't
think
so.
Maybe it's new technology.
I don't know. I don't think so. Probably I've seen something falling in the sky. Once I was flying, and I was not the only person who responded. I mean, the guys next to the window also responded at the same time. So I think something must have flown past us.
Maybe it was a meteor.
I don't know what it was.
Meteor and imagination.
So I mean, Meteor, I do agree, and we've seen it. Yeah. But any other thing out there? No. Yeah.
Do.
Yeah.
We want to believe, but we don't. We're a bit skeptic for a lot of these things.
No, I'm skeptical about it. Yeah, sure.
Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
I think it's some kind of marketing and
UFO marketing,
big money thing and all that. Yeah, sure.
What about? Well, there are a lot of dollars, pounds, whatever, made by the marketing of this stuff, like tourism and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember in the year 2000, there was a lot of propaganda that all computers are going to crash. I was in Nigeria. I was working in a computer company, and there were propaganda. All our computers are going to crash. All our information is going to be, all our information is going to disappear and all that. We had to spend the New Year's Eve at work. Trying to secure our... And what happened to banks? Banks had to pay a lot of money. I've forgotten what the security system was, to secure all their documents and, information. I'm not joking, And the 31st night of the year 2000, I remember I was in the office, and when...
Not so nice.
When it was... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I still remember the pain. That's what I'm talking about.
You'll not forget.
Yeah. And nothing happened to a computer and everything. Yeah.
Is Bigfoot real? It's another thing, because you've Sasquatch, you've Bigfoot, and you've got the Yeti.
Sure.
And something happened in Russia a long time ago, 80s maybe or something.
Sure.
Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah,
and
true.
People were killed, and some people think it happened supernaturally. Do you think Bigfoot is real?
Well, it's so hard for me to believe too, but I think there could be something mysterious.
Maybe.
Some kind of like animal, human, like something.
I think new animals are still being found, not so often.
Yeah.
And I mean, some animals are being rediscovered that people thought had become extinct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say it's not possible.
Like finding a lion in Yakutsk. Have you heard about that?
I didn't know about that.
There was a frozen lion that was found there.
Right.
How comes lions found themselves in
climate change?
Yeah, I mean, climate change, or in those days they were in zoo or stuff. So what happened?
Maybe it was an old zoo.
Actually, according to history, I forgot how many thousands of years ago. So they were in zoo that time. Yeah, sure.
Saber-tooth. Was it a saber-tooth
People
lion?
would have eaten it, to survive at that time,
So, do you think there's a creature alive today that will become a myth or a legend in the future?
No. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I think for now, we are safe. We've got all weapons to put down any whatever.
But is there something that, when it goes extinct, people will say, wow, did that really exist?
I don't think anything will come from anywhere. So we need to go to sleep, have fun, have sweet dreams, and wake up in the morning, go to work or study. Like
they used to, you talk about saber-toothed tigers, they're almost a legend.
Yeah.
But I think crocodiles might be legend in the future if they ever died. If they ever became extinct.
You can imagine,
like a crocodile. I mean, they're a killing machine.
Yeah.
Really
definitely.
dangerous.
Sure. But snakes are more dangerous, Yeah. I mean, because of that amount of snakes and
right.
And snakes will be found everywhere.
That's true. Crocodiles tend to stick to certain areas.
Like in river or some swampy areas and all that. Yeah.
Still wouldn't want to mess with crocodiles.
No. They can
pretty
crack
powerful.
They can crack every crack.
Yeah. Crack hole. They can get rid of the crack.
They can crack all cracks. Yeah.
So there you go. That was the crack about supernatural creatures. So we talked about what is supernatural. Some of the systems connected with it, religions and so on. Different supernatural creatures, some maybe more realistic, some reality, and some that are totally fiction. And whether or not we believe in them, of course. We talked a little bit about the Loch Ness monster, dragons, mermaids, mummies, and aliens even a little bit, and Bigfoot. So we found out what was the crack about supernatural creatures.